What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I want to talk about strong safety Keanu Neal and should our Atlanta Falcons re-sign Keanu Neal. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or Cleveland Cavaliers content. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for continuing to tune into the channel. But with that being said, your boy is on the road to 1K. So definitely continue to hit that subscribe button, the like button, continue to share out my content on all the social media platforms. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So like I was stating, in today's video, I do want to talk about strong safety Keanu Neal and should we re-sign Keanu Neal. Personally, I do believe the Atlanta Falcons should re-sign Keanu Neal. To me, he's one of the heartbeats of our defense, especially on that back end. He is one of those guys that's an intimidator, kind of like a Cam Chancellor was when he was with the Seattle Seahawks. He is that guy that opposing offenses fear. And with Dean Pease playing this aggressive style defense, you're going to need a guy that's not afraid to stick his nose in when players come across the middle of the field, a player that's willing to lay the lumber on guys. And Keanu Neal is that force on our defense, both in coming down and stopping the run, and a guy who's that intimidator when these smallish receivers come across the middle, the slot receivers, and when these tight ends come across the middle, and a lot of these running backs like the Alvin Kamara's of the world, the Christian McCaffrey's of the world that run these option routes and things of that nature. He's one of those guys that's a guy that forces fumbles, a guy that opposing defenses are afraid of. So I definitely think that he would be perfect in this Dean Pease defense. I believe that Keanu Neal bounced back last season after having those two catastrophic injuries, with him having that torn ACL and I believe it was a torn Achilles. He was able to bounce back last season, play all 16 games. He also had over 100 combined tackles, 76 solo tackles, and one interception, last year, which was huge for our team. He was one of the best graded players on Pro Football Focus on our defense. He was one of the players that graded out as one of the better defenders on our team. And personally, you could just cut on the tape. Keanu Neal is that guy that brings that intensity. To me, like I said, he's the heartbeat of this defense, especially in that secondary. Now that we've lost Rico Allen, who was released, Keanu Neal is that veteran guy. And I don't really know if you want to have a bunch of rookies on that back end. It was one thing to lose Ricardo Allen or to release Ricardo Allen, but I don't know if I want two young rookie safeties, or even a player like a Jalen Hawkins, who can either be a free safety or a strong safety. He's more of a strong safety to me. I don't know if you want two young guys on your back end. Usually your safety is the signal caller for your secondary. He's the guy that makes the calls on the back end, kind of like Ricardo Allen. He's the guy that helps players get aligned and things of that nature. So I believe having Keanu Neal on this team, if we keep him on our team and re-sign him, I do believe he could be a player that can take over that Ricardo Allen role on the back end. And you're going to need a veteran guy to be on the back end. You can't have a secondary full of young guys. You're going to need at least one guy that's a veteran type player. So I think Keanu Neal is the guy that we should keep on this roster. If we could sign him to maybe like a 3-year deal. Right now, I know that the cap situation, we're kind of in cap hell right now. So we may not be able to re-sign him to a big contract, but I believe we should be able to find money. It's ways to work around this cap situation that we're in. And I believe if we keep cut down some more contracts, cut a couple more players, we should be able to bring Keanu Neal back on at least a 3-year deal. If we're not able to give him a 3-year deal now because of the cap situation, I would go ahead and franchise tag him. I wouldn't allow a player like Keanu Neal to walk out of the door. I do believe he's a very impactful type player. He's an impact player on this defense. And I definitely think that it would be a mistake if the Falcons allow him to walk. Now, if he's asking for, top dollar, meaning he want to be like the highest paid strong safety or something like that, then at that point we might have to let him go because we don't have the money to pay him top dollar. But I believe the Falcons should be able to work something out with him. Like I said, to me, he is one of the backbones of our defense. Definitely one of those guys that's one of the most physical players on our defense and one of the stars on our defense. So he's definitely a Pro Bowl caliber player. Last year, he showed that he's reverting back to his Pro Bowl ways. And he was able to come back and pretty much solidify that strong safety position. Like I said, he played all 16 games. He looked really good later on in the season. Early on in the season, he was still trying to get his legs up under him. Like the first 3 or 4 games of the season, you could tell he wasn't fully healthy. He was still trying to, get back to the speed of the game. And it looked like he was still, catering to his legs and stuff, things of that nature, where he was really didn't trust, his instincts and things of that nature. But after like the 3rd or 4th game, around the 5th and 6th game of the season, towards the middle of the season, you seen the old Keanu Neal flash. And later on in the season, you seen the Keanu Neal of like 2016, where he was one of the hardest hitting safeties in the game. And I believe it was like the Minnesota game when Raheem Morris took over, where you really seen Keanu Neal was playing at, back at that Pro Bowl level. So I definitely think that Keanu Neal is a guy that we should bring back. You guys let me know what you think of the video. You guys let me know if you think we should bring back a player like Keanu Neal. Like I said, I definitely think he's a player that we should bring back. He's one of the leaders on this defense. One of the best guys in the locker room. Everybody talks about his leadership, just like Ricardo Allen. He's not the most outspoken player, but Keanu Neal is one of those guys that is he's kind of like a Grady Jarrett. He's not going to say a whole lot, but he's one of the hardest workers in the locker room, one of the hardest workers on the practice field. And from what I hear, he's one of those guys that every player looks to on that defensive side of the ball for advice and things of that nature. So you guys let me know what you think of the video. Do you think we should bring back a player like Keanu Neal? I definitely think we should. Like I say, he's just too impactful of a player to allow to walk out the door. He is a Pro Bowl caliber player, and you want to keep those Pro Bowl, your Pro Bowl caliber players on the roster. But you let me know what you think of the video. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. I'll have a lot more content coming for you guys. Free agency is right around the corner. Next month, in the month of March, I believe March 17th kicks off free agency. So we'll kind of see then what this team is looking to do. We have a couple more players we need to cut as well. So we basically will be able to see where we're headed with this Falcons roster. But with that being said, this been your boy Jew. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, definitely hit that subscribe button. And I'll holler at you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Peace.